money makes me handsomer. Walk around smelling like a come up in the answer for her problems, but I'm not him, I don't mind it though. You don't like me how you think you do, I like it though.
Look,
I know I'm fine.
I won't lie, that extra coin don't hurt, but I guess money, baby, I just rather spend yours first. I know for sure the pussy worth more than an Hermes purse. I got the best on earth, so that dick better come with some perks. Yeah, you fine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hopeful Romantic MAN podcast. I am your host, Dropping Dimes, Mr. Dropping Dimes, aka the Hopeful Romantic, aka the feminist with chauvinist tendencies. I want to welcome everybody back, man. It's been a minute. I've been getting a lot of stuff done behind the scenes, just a lot of stuff that I've been, wanting to handle, and I'm really excited about having you guys here, especially because whenever I do one of these topics, it's usually a conversation that I keep having or something that keeps coming up. And as you know, I've stated this a million times, man. I'm the type of brother I like to have deep conversation, man. I'm not really much about just shooting shit, having casual convo. I want to know about your life. What's going on with you? What's motivating you? Why are you sad? Why are you happy? What's going on? How can I put some positive vibes into your life? You know what I'm saying? How can I add to you? I like to be a credit in people's lives. I don't like being a debit where I take. I like when I come around people, they smile and they say, "Oh shit, you know what? For some reason, whenever you come around, it's a good time. I'm happy." And I like that. That's why I never share my misery. You know what I mean? I got my few people that I go to here and there, but I pretty much like to just put out positive, beautiful energy. All right. Well, in these conversations, sometimes you trip up and you come across some really cool stuff, man. Some really cool stuff. It's these topics, you start having really deep conversation with people, and I start to think about them, and I start to say to myself, you know what, Mike? There's different angles to these conversations. Don't just take the road that you've seen on the internet or that meme that you saw. Think a little deeper on it and come back, and maybe share this with your people. Here's the thing. When I talk to women, oftentimes they talking about the man in their lives, about being able to talk to them and being able to communicate, even able to share their fears, the things that keep them up at night, the things that they've been through in their childhood. Usually the guy that they go to is the guy I always say my favorite saying is, "Love my darkness, my light is easy to love." And it's a guy, where a woman can bring him that part of herself, and he takes it, he embraces it, and says, "All right, look, I'm going to help you rebuild. I'm going to help you pick up the pieces. I'm going to help you in your healing journey." And as I listened, I started to develop a couple of different theories, right? Some of them are very positive. You're like, wow, that's a great guy. That's a great guy that's helping you put things back together. I get it. He loves you. It's coming from a selfless place. Here's what I've learned. I learned that sometimes when a man is helping you heal and he's putting, he's putting you in a position where you start to get better and you're feeling, like your life is coming together. Beware of the man that does that selfishly. What do I mean by that? A lot of times when a man is helping you rebuild, this applies to women too. So I'm going to take that angle as well. Let's just say when someone comes into your life and they're helping you pick up the pieces. Let's say you've been through dramatic events, something serious going on in your life, and they help you rebuild, and they help you put the pieces back together, mend relationships, improve your situation. take a step back. Definitely be appreciative, but take a step back and ask yourself, is this person doing it for their own personal gain? Or are they doing it because they really care about you and they love you? What's the difference? Some of you may ask. It's being done, right? What's the difference? There comes a time when you fall for somebody and you truly love them, and it becomes true love. How do you know it becomes true love? True love is selfless. Lust, infatuation, they're selfish. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, I have in my past, where I've asked a woman, why do you love me? And she'll look at me and go, I love you because you make me feel, and you make me, and I feel. I've learned that that's a red flag. That could be part of the answer, but it can't be the whole answer, because you're still loving me from a selfish point of view. It's about how I fulfill you, how I fulfill that missing empty part of you. That's partially a red flag, if there's such a thing. Then there is when you ask somebody, why do you love me? And then I love you because you are, and because of the way you, and the things that you, and the things that you bring to you, the situation. That's selfless. Love is when I can remove myself from the equation and your happiness is what's primary. That's when I love you. I love you because I see you're happy, and that's the primary goal, to see you happy. Even if I'm not the root cause of that happiness, even if I don't play a huge vital role to the cornerstone of that happiness, as long as you're happy, it makes me happy. That's I love you. That's real I love you. So it's when the love goes from being selfish to selfless. And that's how you know. So I'm going to tell you, beware of the selfish love. A lot of times the people that come into your life, what they do is they're helping you rebuild. They're helping you put things together. They're helping you heal. But it's almost a form of manipulation. It's almost so that you could look at them and be like, subconsciously, I owe you. Oh, you could never leave me. Look what I did for you. Look at what I did. Look what happened when you were with me. I put you back together. I put those pieces back together. I did that for you. I did that. No, no, no. You can't be happy without me. Look what I did for you. Just because somebody helps you heal, it does not mean that they have dominance or control over your energy. It does not mean that you owe them to share your energy. If they truly love you, your healing is what they want. You don't owe them anything. I've loved to where, listen, if you're happy without me, and that's truly where you need to be in this point in your life, I love you enough to release you. I love you enough to let go, and I'll hurt, and it may kill me, and I may go have these sleepless nights. But if your happiness has always been my priority, because that's the day my love became selfless. And I want what's best for you. If I'm included in what's best for you, that's great for me. I'm happy. I'm very happy, because that's what I want. I want to be next to you. But if it doesn't, I love you enough to release you. I love you enough to let you go and find that happiness and not be offended or in the long run reject you because you don't love me. No, your happiness was primary. And in the end, I'll realize that because my love was selfless. When it's selfish, no, 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 no. When you're not with me, I want you miserable. When you're not around me, I want your life to crumble. When you're not around me, F you, F everything you represent, everything you built, I want it crushed and destroyed. That's a selfish. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why is it that, like, why do I wish that on them? Why are they not allowed to be happy without me? I want to be happy without anybody else. I want to be the primary source of my own happiness. At the end of the day, that's what I want. I want to be the primary source of my own happiness. I don't want to have to rely on people. I want to be able to create it from the inside out. So anybody who's a part of my life is the cherry on top. They're the extra. They're not the primary source. And I've also been in that situation. I've been in a situation where there was people doing stuff for me, putting me in positions, doing things for me, and I'm thinking, oh, this person adores me, they love me. And all along it was just, no, you owe me. You can't live without me. No, 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 no. I did this for you. I built this for you. I made you the person you are. And that's when I had to step back and be like, maybe I got to look at you different. That's really important to make that distinction. It's really important to make that distinction. For women, I tell you it's important because many times men use it as a source of manipulation. And if you've ever asked yourself, oh, but he did this for me. I can't leave him. Or, oh, he's put me in this position. No, I can't leave. You got to ask yourself, did he do this out of the goodness of his heart because he loves me and he wants to see me win? Or is he doing it because he feels that I'm going to owe him, that I'm indebted to him? I see it a lot, man. I've seen it a lot. I've seen guys find females in compromised positions. All of a sudden, they're paying their car insurance. I'm paying this bill for you. I'm taking care of this for you. I'm taking care of that for you. And when they don't get the response that they feel they deserve, all of a sudden, oh, you're a B. You're this. You're that. Oh, you're ungrateful. Whoa, 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 whoa. Were you doing this for my happiness? Or were you doing this because I'm going to owe you something? Now, listen, I'm not, you're not off the hook because you have to communicate with people and let them know if you feel like you're being overwhelmed by what they're doing for you. Don't sit there and take advantage of everything and not reciprocate the emotion or the feeling, because that makes you just as selfish. If you're going to accept this, have the communication and let them know, hey, listen, I'm not here with you yet. I care about you. Every step of the way, let them know where you are emotionally. So you're not leading them on, because that's the other side of it. The other side of it could be, you're playing this wounded duck, and every time Captain Save-A-Hole comes to help you, you're like, yes, daddy. And he's sitting there like, no, she calls me daddy. She cares about me. And you're manipulating, you're playing games. So it's a double-edged sword. You got to watch both sides of that. For the men, don't do things for women with expectation. If the communication has not been there and they have not told you, I'm with you, I'm for you, you're my man, I'm yours, don't think that you could earn your way into those feelings by buying stuff. And no, that's part of it, because you have to bring something to the situation. Yes, remember, men are loved based on what they can provide, but that's only a part of it. I know the internet will make you feel like that's the whole thing. No, it's not. That's part of it, because there's also an emotional component. an emotional availability, a vulnerability that you have to have with your partner. It has to be intimacy. There has to be communication. So it's not just about, fixing and whatever. I always talk about safety and security, and that's true. That's one of the things women crave. And again, not because a woman's weak, she can't do it on her own, because she wants a partner. She wants to see that a man sees what she sees. She wants to see that a man is looking into her life and seeing where he fits in and what he could do. And if you're going to take that role, if you're going to step in and you're going to do that, understand that you're not doing it because you're going to get something back. You're doing it because you want to make her happy. And once she's happy, she will let you know if you're going to be that role in her life. If you are, then yeah, you will get everything that you wanted from the situation. If you're not, buddy, don't kick and pout because this is what I did for you and this is what I've been in situations. Listen, I call myself the healer. I'm like I'm the reminder. That's what I call myself, the reminder. It never fails with me. I feel like I talk to women. They share with me intimate secrets. We go deep. We have these deep conversations. They start to feel better about themselves. And literally the guy after me is always the guy they end up in a long-term relationship with. So I feel like I do a lot of the work and then somebody else gets the reward. I do. I 100% feel like that about myself. But here's what I found. I found that because I go into these situations selflessly, you 99.9% of the time, their happiness is okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. They say if the devil changes you, if you change, the devil wins. I'm not changing. I'm always gonna be a good guy, a good dude. I'm always gonna be there for the people that are in my life. I'm always gonna share. I'm always gonna listen. I'm always gonna communicate. I'm gonna reciprocate. That's always gonna happen. You know what I mean? And eventually somebody's gonna say, hey, you know what? I gotta hang on to this guy. There's no way I can lose him. And that's cool. It'll happen. The universe doesn't know late. It only knows right on time.